Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Hilah Talking. I am your host, Hilah Johnson. All right, let's get started with some recipe Q&A. Last week over at Hilah Cooking, we did fettuccine Alfredo, and several people asked if there was a way to add chicken or shrimp to the dish, and I had a suggestion from Brownies, who said that they add cooked chicken at the end of the dish. I think that's what he said. You could do that. That's a great way to use up leftover cooked chicken or shrimp or seafood. If you had raw meat that you wanted to add in, what I would do is cut it up really small bite-sized pieces and then saute it with the butter and garlic before you add the cream and the noodles back to the pan. So that's another way to do that and make it a one-dish meal. You could add some broccoli too, and seriously, one dish, literally. Mariah Svamp also said she adds tomatoes, and Sunshine71 uses cream cheese and milk instead of the cream. Tobias Storm sautés a little bit of prosciutto in some olive oil and then deglazes the pan with Marsala wine and then makes the sauce, which just sounds fantastic, if I must say so, and I must actually, because I cannot tell a lie, and it does. So thanks for all those suggestions, everyone. If you have any more, leave them in the comments. Moving on, we also did brownies, and a lot of people were really excited about that, so I was glad to see that happy response. Mrs. Booker 100 asked if you could use oil instead of butter, and actually you totally can do that. I've done it in a pinch. Just use a little bit less oil, like than a half a cup, maybe like a third of a cup. The brownies turn out slightly different, but they're still totally good, so great suggestion. Also, someone mentioned a story about that they had seen on the news. Costau said they just read on the news like that day that I posted that video about some little 6th grade kid playing a prank and putting some laxatives in some brownies and taking them to school. So my question is, have you ever done a food prank? One time when I was like in preschool, I was probably like 5, me and my brother, there was this kid at my school that we hated named Robbie because he always tried to kiss me, but also he was just kind of mean. He would run around and hit people all the time. So we got this little plastic like sandbox toy, looked like a little pie pan, but it's made of plastic, and we filled it with wet sawdust and then put my dad's shaving cream all over the top, so it kind of resembled like a cream pie. And so we made it and like hid it out in the laundry room overnight, and then we were gonna take it to school the next day and be like, here's a pie, Robbie, and then it would be hilarious in our minds. But then we went out the next day to get it to, like, I don't know, we were gonna like hide it in our little backpacks or something, but we went out to get it before we went to school, and the shaving cream had like totally deflated and just like sunk into the sawdust. So that was the end of that prank. But if you have any funny stories to share, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much. I look forward to reading them. And next week, coming up on Hilah Cooking, I've got a super special guest. I've got a New York Times best-selling cookbook author that's going to come on and share a recipe with us. So look forward to that. And also next week on Hilah Talking, we have a very special episode. We're going to give Daisy a paternity test and find out once and for all who her real father is, so that we can start getting monthly checks from him. I'm totally kidding. Dogs don't have jobs. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any of the recipes, make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll get to them over here. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend.